Hello, hello, dear Leo. How are you? Welcome to Divine Debut 11. This is Kathy speaking, and welcome to your love reading, of course, for the month of June of 2025. I do hope that you are all well. We will be doing a Celtic cross with the Lenormand this month, and we'll be taking some angel answers, so do start to think of your questions. We'll be using the little love oracle, the little Greek love oracle, the energy oracle, and we'll be taking some love messages as well at the end of the reading. Do check your other placements, dear Leo. You do have Mars passing through your sign, so you're all fired up relative to love. You're ready to take a risk on love as well. There's passion, there's flirtation, all those beautiful emotions, and with lots of opportunities for love. Let's see what's going on for Leo. Leo, dear spirit, Leo in the month of June, in the Gemini leading on to the Cancer season. What is your karma dharma, dear Leo? What's going on in love, in your love life? And we've got Detach. Wow, okay. I was close to choosing another card, but this card wanted to come through. Detach and number 11. It is the Justice card. You could see how her hands are open and the dove is, flying away. So detaching, we see she's turned her back on nothingness, on no love, on no reciprocity. Number 11. 11 is justice. It's a very karmic card. It's a very strong card, which signifies Libra. Libra can speak to, does speak to relationship, relating with others. Can also speak to anything legal, potentially. But she's not going to put up with being helpless and hopeless anymore. She's flying off. She's following her heart, I would say. She could be also coming out of a challenging chapter in her life where love is concerned, where there was loneliness, where there was nothingness. Moving away from nothingness, I would say. She knows she deserves better, and she's looking for someone that's going to reciprocate. So she's detaching. I don't know if you're detaching from a past connection where there was no reciprocity, no equal balance. Maybe even putting the person on her mind to the test. Right? So releasing the hold on insisting on something happening, unless she is leaving an old relationship and flying towards her heart's content. This could be freedom from a chapter in love where there was no love, no being valued, no being honored in love. So let's see with the Lenormand for Leo, please, Spirit. Leo in the month of June. Let's lay out the cards first of all. We've got news, we've got communication, possible legalities. The challenge is lots of information that was hidden, kept because of fear, because of a lack of emotional intimacy. The challenge was wisdom, so there will be communication where you will understand what's been going on. Let's see. Wow, choices, timing. In the recent past, brand new cycle where there will be a dilemma. You'll have a dilemma on your mind. Wow, okay. Could be something secretive that you've been, something that you've been keeping secret, or what is revealed. What is revealed could be lots of hidden emotions. Let's look at the position of you. You've got the Mountain. You're needing to be extra strong in your environment. We've got the Tower. Not an easy spread. And your hopes and fears are the lilies. The possible outcome for Leo, please, Spirit, is the anchor, and the general is the whip. Very uneasy cards. Very uneasy cards. You've got, I think, you're the third sign I'm doing, and this is the hardest reading of all. Out of the three, we started off with Gemini, did Cancer, now we're doing Leo. See, there's the dilemma, there's the gamble, there's the whip. This could be internal conflict, external. It could be combative energies. It does remind me of the Five of Wands. That's the general gist of the month of June. Now, you do have Pluto transiting your opposite sign in the sign of Aquarius, dear Leo. So lots of changes in your personal life, surely. There will be dilemmas here about possibly if you've been in a relationship where there's been no growth, you've been waiting and being patient. There have been limitations, restrictions, and karma has been playing out. Maybe like someone was out of bounds. Maybe you're waiting on someone, waiting on the last minute to understand what was going on, because there's a lot that was hidden. And you're wondering whether you should or whether you can give a relationship another chance. I mean, this is the ace here. It does speak to a lot of communication, possible physical travel. We've got the letter here, and she's holding the letter now. This is like a merry-go-round, but there's a silver lining to a new beginning. Something started from the recent past, maybe something that you have no idea about, because we could be connecting to the person that you're hoping to manifest as to what's going on with them. So there could be choices. There's a dilemma. We see the dice. There's two dice. There's two bridges here. There could be communication where forgiveness possibly is necessary. Forgiveness and moving on, moving forward. Remember, Pluto is the only planet that's retrograde. The rest of the planets are all moving direct. But Pluto can speak to control, can speak to jealousy, can speak to hidden emotions. But Pluto is in Aquarius, in your opposite sign. So your person, the person that you're dealing with, could be going through a Plutonian transit where they're going through lots of endings in their life. It could be things that are happening that you have no idea about. I do get a similar vibe to the Cancer reading. Maybe check out the Cancer reading as well, where your person is doing some work, right? They've got a brand new cycle that's beginning. This is like running errands or waiting on communication, waiting on anything legal, decisions, doing a lot of back and forth, a lot of driving, a lot of back and forth communications, agreements, and things like that, which you may be finding out about in this month, because we do have the letter in the now position, which is June. So there will be some revelations, obviously, which could put you at a bit of a dilemma, or it's like making a decision on whether to stay or to go, to try and manifest or to release. Spirit is like saying maybe take a step back and see things from a more logical standpoint. Has there been equality? Has there been equal giving and receiving if you're thinking to give someone a second chance? I mean, in the near future, we've got the well, and the well can speak to a lot of hidden emotion, a lot of hidden emotions that was very, very secretive, very well kept. And you've had to be very strong, or you've had to be very patient, or waiting on someone to close a major life cycle, unless this is you that's going through this. In the position of your environment is the Tower, and the Tower does speak to limitations and timing. You've got 3 Saturnian cards. Saturn is the Lord of karma and timing, and Saturn also restricts, grounds, takes off the blinders. But Saturn also is a sign, an energy of patience and going through a maturing process, or waiting for someone that was out of bounds to you because of their own personal life or what was going on in their life. This is the environment. So, the Tower for me in the Lenormand, even though it speaks to limitations and timing, it can also speak to someone needing to do things by the book. I mean, the Tower could be a building. It could be a governmental building. Could be someone that works a lot, because Saturn is the ruling planet of Capricorn, which rules, and Aquarius, which rules someone trying to become successful, someone working a lot. So maybe someone having put more effort into what they're creating and their vocation, rather than on love. So needing time to set things in motion, needing time to stabilize a situation before they could include you. Now, if this is your person's position, what's on their mind is the lily. And the lily speaks to our spiritual connection. It is sexually or sexual orientation with a person, but it also speaks to doing things in a morale way, in the ethical way. It also speaks to purification, right? The lily is a Virgo card. Now for you, this is in the hopes and fears. You're hoping to manifest a blessed union, because this is like the card of Mother Mary. So Mother Mary's blessings, let's say, towards a relationship that's going to be ethical, that's going to be a relationship maybe that's going through the fire, going through a purification and a cleansing before you can stabilize, before you can have stability in your life. But the anchor does speak to work as well. So work, vocational responsibilities, and practical matters could also be blocking your love life at this time in the month of June. And someone may need time to decide or to cross over that bridge. Crossing over a bridge could be physical distance, or needing to get over a situation. Possibly go through forgiveness if there have been hardships as well. To me, the Detach card says that possibly also for some of you Leos, you may also be focusing only on your own personal life. I get at this time, you're needing to be very patient, very strong with whatever it is you're going through, but also having to be very strong as to detaching and taking a step back and letting the other do the work. So, not smothering the dove, which is the symbol of love, peace, purity. Not smothering the relationship, but letting it move freely. So like saying, if you want to be in my life, then you can be, but I'm releasing it. I'm releasing it to spirit as well. Whatever's meant to happen is meant to happen. The anchor can speak to also being anchored or something stabilizing after a purification. We'll take more cards, of course, and let's do that now. So the whip is sitting on the dice, and we've got a risk taken relative to an offer here, to a flirtatious offer, an invitation. Maybe this was someone making an offer for a meeting. Let's catch up. Let's go out. I want to date you. But it was a big risk, which is conflicting someone because they're not 100% that they can offer that. What do the flowers sit on? Yeah, on the Death card. The Death card, of course, is Scorpio. Scorpio can be very secretive. Scorpio is a fixed water sign. And and they are very secretive about what they truly feel in their heart. Scorpio is emotional or even physical intimacy. Scorpio, I always say Scorpio is very stable, so it's not easy to crack open, the heart of a Scorpio individual. What they're possibly hiding could be they're going through an ending. There's some sort of an ending taking place here. There's a lot of anxiety that they're going through. And where love is concerned, a risk is necessary, but there are also adjustments and dilemmas here. If we're talking about your person, let's take more cards. What is this letter about? What is this news about? About things that were hidden, and you may have news during the nighttime or around a new moon or even a full moon. Why do we have the clock here ticking away at the foundation, which is the root of the reading? So there's a transition, there's a new home, there's a new cycle, but only when Kronos says that there can be. The storks are birds, they do transition, they do fly. Maybe there was I don't know if you're dealing with someone at a physical distance, someone that resides at a different country. Maybe there was possibly a meeting which set off a new beginning, with a lot more communication, but maybe you feel as though you found yourself on the same cycle again, feeling as though you moved forward, but you didn't. Now, a lot of things will clarify here. And I would say children are also in the picture, as well as a possible past house move. Someone transitioning, someone moving, or someone flying to a distant place for a get-together, meeting, having set down those seeds, having put those seeds in the earth, and the clock is ticking away. But as I said, there could be physical distance between the two of you, because this is like the night, and of course it speaks to a lot of it's a very mercurial energy, which speaks to communication. And remember, we don't take reversals in the Lenormand. So let's take another card on that and see what that's about. So in the recent past, someone looking at the details before they can, needing to look over some details, needing to fine-tune something, or looking very closely, being very discerning relative to some past communication, which has it could be your person that's been put in the dilemma as to what to do. Let's look at the bridges. Yeah. Dear Leo, we've got an earth sign here. Now, some of you may, earth or water, now some of you may have planets in Virgo as well. Leo and Virgo are they're next to each other in the chart, because I do see more earth and more water in this divine feminine. She actually holds the Ace of Swords, so she wants clarity. She doesn't want, she speaks her truth, and it's as though she's, as I said, did I say this, or was it in the Cancer reading, that she's throwing the ball in the court of the other person, that maybe she's making them, she's putting them in a dilemma to make a choice if she was dealing with someone that did have second choices. Let's look at the near future with the well here. We've got another feminine here, fire or air. Now, she wears Venus on her chest, so she could have a strong placement of Venus, or she could be a Taurus or a Libra. Libra came through again. It could be, let's say, when the moon is transiting through Libra. or when Venus is going to be in a powerful position, which Venus is leaving the sign of Aries, which has been very helpful for you, Leo, but she's entering Taurus in early June. So she knows what she wants, you know. Venus in Taurus is very grounded. She needs that security. She wants security. She loves everything that's good in life. And this is a very sensual, very sexually orientated. She's very much the go-getter. She knows what she wants. As I said, she could be a fire sign. She could be an air sign. Any fire, any air sign, and the signs I've also mentioned already. These two, divine feminine, are back to back, so I do feel that they're opposing. They're opposition to each other. They're in opposition to each other, so these could be choices. I do feel that this is you. On another level, if this is not someone having choices, then in the near future, it does say that if this is you, you're going to be more open with your emotions, or you're going to have the understanding of what was hidden, the hidden emotions of your person. Now, if this is another partner connected to the person you're wanting to manifest, she could also have Moon in Pisces, let's say, and be very deceptive, a good liar, let's say. We've got the dog. And the dog speaks to loyalty, friendship. Unless, dear Leo, this is a friend of yours that's aiding you to get to the bottom of things. It's like Spirit is saying, don't be too emotional, because, the well has got lots of water. It speaks to strong emotions. Pay attention to signs, synchronicities, and your psyche. It's a time of play. It's a time of risk-taking. Even risking speaking about the depths of your emotions. Also, there could possibly be, if this is the other person's connection, then there could be a deception where her loyalties lay. And this could be coming to someone's understanding, to your person's understanding. Let's look at the mountain and the position of you. We've got the star. It's like Spirit is saying, be patient, the star will come through. There is a wish fulfillment. It could be at a physical, timely distance. Remember, it's a wish fulfillment, but the star does also speak to someone being recognized for their personality, their bubbly, happy, go lucky, sweetness. It's as though we've got Saturn and Uranus here. I mean, Saturn wants to limit, and Uranus is about breaking free. I'm wondering if, Leo, you're not in another connection with someone that's quite Saturnian. You could be going through an ending of a cycle in your life because of the 21, which is like the World card. You could be going through some sort of an awakening as well, some sort of an aha moment. I mean, the star does speak to social media. You could be receiving some sort of a message which will be like a wish fulfillment for you. And the ring, interesting, because the ring could speak to cycles, which I was talking about. So dealing with someone from your past, someone that was out of bounds to you, someone that had to close off a life cycle. If you were out of bounds to the other person, unavailable, let's say, because possibly there's third parties. We do have two divine feminine, unless this is a same-sex relationship where you're not talking now. That is a possibility as well. The ring can also speak to someone popping the question, an invitation, or revisiting an old cycle. This could speak to a promise in the near future, or even at a distance from where you reside. And you having to be very strong. And if you've been in a narcissistic, challenging other relationship, Spirit is saying that you've got the opportunity to detach, because this is Uranus, from a commitment, Maybe that was really heavy, really hard for you. Let's look at your environment. Wow, lots of people here. Oh my goodness. This divine masculine may have shown up for a couple of signs, possibly Cancer and then Gemini. Please check those readings. I can't quite remember the Gemini, but the Cancer one for sure. We had the same divine masculine, but I think for Gemini, they came through in the now position. So if you're dealing with someone, I mean, he holds the Ace of Cups, but he's also got Mars. Mars is desire. It's pressing on the accelerator. Yes, this could be an Aries. Yes, this could be a Scorpio. Mars ruled signs, but also a Leo because Mars is transiting through Leo. So Leo, the Leo energy, Mars through Leo, which is giving you also the desire to move forward. And that could be another side to you. Now with this divine masculine, he's very passionate, very driven, coming through as more sexual than more emotional, maybe possibly also confused with their emotions, not certain about what's going on in their emotional life. We do see a lot of confusion, so this does involve others on the side of your person. There's a few people here. Feels like they're trapped in a maze, but we see the three birds here. The three birds speak to communication, possibly also lots of messengers, lots of talks with many people, possibly also thought of, because we've got the bird there as well, the thought of detaching, flying away, because birds are also, speak to transition, moving from one place to the other. Let's see. And we've got the compass. So this person following their heart, and Leo does come through strongly. They're following their true north, and this can involve travel. Let's look at what's on their mind and what are you hoping or fearing. You're hoping that a heavy burden will be finishing soon. You're hoping that what you believed to be true, that this is a spiritual connection and that you will be valued. And you're possibly also fearing that this could have been only a sexual connection and not so much a spiritual one. Let's take one more. And that your person may be thinking, maybe hoping in the next 2-3 weeks to finish what heavy burdens they're carrying relative to love and relative to a purification that they could be going through. Yeah, there's the ending of the heavy burden. So the death card comes through. Scorpio is very strong here. Scorpio is a nine of pentacles, which could speak to someone single, someone lonely in the Garden of Eden. I get also needing to bury the hatchet, needing to forgive, water under the bridge. There's a possibility for that as well here. It could be self-forgiveness, not only forgiving the other person. And what does that anchor mean? Because it's the 9 of Swords. It's heavy. It is heavy. We've got the lucky clover, which is a window of opportunity which needs to be grabbed. It's like the hand of spirit and God. It's like the 6 of Pentacles, where there could be a reciprocity, or that someone is going through a release. Because if they've been in another connection, right, which involved business, finances, they've had a lot of sleepless nights, they felt blocked, they felt that they were in a prison. 6 of Pentacles could speak to needing to pay money out. Lots of karma, dharma playing out here. And there's the Sun. And the Sun is the Ace of Pentacles. This is like something stabilizing for the future. The Sun can also speak to reconciliation. That's what your person is thinking about. But this involves movement, transition, whether it's physical or metaphorical. It's a change. It's a fated change in one's life, and it's never easy to follow the true north. So your person could be following their true north, and that means following their heart. Now, Leo, if by any possibility, this is you, and this is another spouse who was, because she does remind me of the Queen of Pentacles, right? Who was doubling down, who was deceptive. She had choices in love. You know, she could be, because we see the book here also, which reminds me of Pisces, right? And the book, Pisces can speak to secrecy, but I don't know if she's in the line of teaching, or someone that is a bookworm that loves reading, or I'm wondering if this is not something that's discovered here. It's like she's jotting things down in her journal. Someone could be taking a risk and figuring something out here, that there's been infidelity, possibly, or it was just fated. It was fated. This relationship was fated, because we see the divine masculine looking towards the future. So is she, and she's looking towards the past. So take the messages as they resonate. Okay, this could be the same person, just one person, where someone doesn't have a choice. The choice could be whether to choose to be in love or to be in love with what I do, you know, and making money and securing my life. So there are various choices that someone could make. Let's have a look at the moon. I want to take one more card on the moon in the now, because it's the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is, of course, someone checking out of an emotional situation where they could not find their total happiness. Maybe someone being kept back because of the child, because of children. And it's the Knight of Swords. So possible legalities going on relative to who's going to keep the child, who's going to parent the child. But this is also a brand new beginning. A new cycle that begins, and it's a 13, so there's change, obviously. All right, let's see what else is going on for Leo. Let's look at your emotional life during the month of June. For Leo, please, Spirit, where will they be emotionally? What's going on in their emotional life? What is showing up for Leo? So someone's checking the other person's social media out. Someone is watching you. Could be that you're taking a new direction, I don't know, or someone is doing their homework before they take a new direction, and that's follow their heart, and that would be your person here. But to take this new direction, they have to abandon something else. Unless this is someone checking you out, you've abandoned a past relationship connection. Remember what I said about setting them free? Setting someone free, doing your own thing, and see if this relationship does not return. So whoever's been observing you has been doing their shadow work. They've been in the shadows, no communication. But you've had lots of signs, and you will be having lots of signs and synchronicities. You could also be feeling that if you're doing the checking out on the social media, you could also be through social media figuring out that your person is going through an ending. And the numbing speaks to someone that's not having an easy time of it. I don't feel that this is you, Leo. I feel the numbing comes from the divine masculine. The numbing could also be, it's Pisces energy, someone who drinks a lot, someone who's going through a spiritual awakening, learning to follow their heart and not be the miser. You may have been dealing with someone that was, you are spiritually connected, but someone who was quite prideful and had a bit of ego, so they've been humbled, surely. and probably staying in a situation, an unhealthy situation, which they finally abandon. They did fear that they would feel as though they were abandoning probably their children. That could have been something that really kept them, put. But this can also be childhood wounds coming up to the surface to be healed. And we see the divine masculine going through humbling, great humbling here. And you may have been going through the same thing because we've got the mirroring card. Let's take the little Greek oracle, the love oracle. We'll take strictly past, present, and future. Strictly, I'm saying, because I want more hands-on answers for Leo and their love life in the month of June. Thank you, Spirit. Now, if the cards are reversed, doesn't matter. I'm not taking reversals. Okay, so in the future we see love. We had a Two of Cups, which is a soulmate connection or an agreement or a meeting. In the now is a successful marriage, passionate love. Remember the letter you've got here? The letter is here. Now, it was either the Cancer reading or the Gemini. I don't remember. They had the same thing. So do check those readings out. You've got 3 amazing cards. This is the Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups is like the ending of an emotional cycle, which turns it into the Ace of Cups. And this is all the aces. This is the Ace of Cups as well. So Two of Cups, Ten of Cups, Ace of Cups. Lots of opportunities for lots of love for Leo. You know, to me, the bride here is very similar to the lily. Sometimes the bride could speak to a white wedding, that this was maybe your person was, this was more of a deal than a love connection. There was a white wedding, so 2 people marrying for the wrong reasons, to become more successful. This could have been like a business contract, more like a business contract than a marriage, you know, a loving marriage. But there's an Ace of Cups here, which brings opportunity for love in the near future. But there's news that's coming in that you will be enlightened about. And because, of course, the moon is on the news, there was a lot that was hidden from you that you were not meant to know. Maybe it was kept from your person, I don't know. But you were not meant to know. Possibly now you're meant to find out. Let's take the energy oracle for Leo. Leo, play spirit. Leo in love. What is the advice in the month of June for Leo? We've got blossoming abundance, and it's in the reverse. Unfortunately, it came out in the reverse. It is a number 3. Let's see what number 3 says. I do get the hint of lots of good energies ahead. When a reverse card comes through for me, it says that you're not at the 3 yet, you're at the number 2. But the blossoming abundance is in front of you, and we see that with the Ace of Cups here. Number 2 is a journey, and it could be a physical movement, relocation, and travel. Some of you are traveling, moving towards this blossoming abundance, but it's not here yet. So let's read the reversed message in the blossoming abundance. And you may be dealing with someone that is financially well off. This card reversed reveals a potential decrease in money, with the coins falling from the garden and out of sight. Sometimes when you receive this card in this position, it may even feel as though cash is slipping through your fingers like water. While this might seem like an ongoing state of affairs, you still can turn things around. Be very conscious and responsible where money issues are concerned. take action to plant new seeds and nurture your financial garden with patience and clarity. This cycle will end and you will in time enjoy the fruits of your labor. Now, financial distress could also speak to someone who's going through separation, divorce. We see transition, possible new homes here, which would be very costing. If someone's going through separation, divorce, obviously that would also cost. But instead of it being the money that it was talking about, feeling as though you've been unlucky, like there's been no abundance, there's been limitations, you've been the miser where blossoming abundance within love is concerned. But it will come through. You've got the potential here. Let's see. Let's answer your questions. Dear Spirit, can you please answer the questions for Leo as well as you can? For Leo, please, in the month of June, communicate clearly. I think Gemini got the same message. Recovery. Improving health. So maybe someone may have had a health issue. Could have been psychological or even physical. Or it could be improving the health of a relationship. There's a recovery within a relationship as well. Or someone's health was affected from an unhealthy relationship. Remain positive. Obviously, someone hasn't been positive. Success with an exclamation mark. Peaceful resolution. And ask for help from others. What's at the foundation? No need to worry. Someone is a worrywart here. We did see the 9 of Swords in the near future. There may be some worry. There's no need to worry. It says success is on the cards, but communication is very, very vital. Remain positive. You may have been thinking very negatively. Let's get into the head of your person. I needed more in my life. We did try, but we just couldn't find happiness. I'm sorry. That's the 8 of Cups. So who's moving on? We've come a long way, and you've proven your devotion to me. I love you. That's a beautiful card. I have so much on my plate. I don't know if I can offer you anything. I have been through a lot. I dreamt of you before I met you. No one knows me better than you. If not with you, then no one else. No one. Your eyes are familiar to me. I know that we've shared lives before. You must feel it too. And I don't need your love no more. That is very egotistical, very much like the pride and ego. I'm moving on. I'm healing now, leaving the past. And I'm now awakened. Now I see clearly you are the one for me. That's not an easy awakening that your person may be going through. Please forgive me. I want another chance with you. We did talk about forgiveness. Forgiveness seems to be coming up for the readings this month. So it is a little bit crazy. The readings are a bit very interchangeable, very sudden and very unexpected in the way that, they twist and they turn. So I do feel here the detach, the setting a relationship free and expect if it returns, it's yours. I feel that that's what, Spirit is telling you right now. You may have already detached. Maybe your person needs a bit more time. And the detaching also could be relative to your person. That this may be what you don't know about them, that they are going through a detach in their life. Remember, 11 is an open portal. And 11 is also justice. Things are happening the way they're meant to. No need to worry, Leo. All right, my dear friends, I hope that helped. Thank you so much, dear Leo. Love and light. Wishing you all the best.